you've heard it 100 times. They're basically the same dog. And for years they were. But in 2004, the American Kennel Club dropped a bombshell, renaming the Jack Russell Terrier the Parson Russell Terrier and creating a split that still confuses dog lovers today. The truth is, these two breeds share the same ancestry, but diverged into very different dogs. Size, temperament, trainability, even the way they fit into your family, the differences are real, and they matter. Here are 10 of them, starting with the most visible one. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Leg length changes everything. Stand a Parson Russell next to a Jack Russell and the difference hits you immediately. The Parson Russell is taller, 13 to 15 inches at the shoulder, with long, straight legs that give them an almost elegant athletic silhouette. The Jack Russell stands just 10 to 12 inches, with noticeably shorter legs and a body that hugs closer to the ground. This isn't cosmetic. Those longer legs on the Parson Russell translate to more ground coverage, a longer stride, and a dog built to keep pace with horses across open countryside. The shorter Jack Russell was developed for tighter, more confined work, squeezing into fox dens, where compact size was survival. Same Reverend Russell behind both, but two very different physical interpretations of what a fox terrier should be. Number 9. Square versus rectangle. It's not just height, it's the entire architecture of the dog. The Parson Russell Terrier is square proportioned. Their body length, measured from shoulder to rump, roughly equals their height at the withers. The result is a balanced, symmetrical frame that judges in the show ring reward. The Jack Russell, by contrast, is rectangular, noticeably longer than they are tall, with a stretched back and a lower slung profile that served working dogs well underground but never fit neatly into a conformation standard. This single difference affects everything from how they move to how they jump to how they occupy space on your couch. A Parson Russell looks like a scaled-down athlete. A Jack Russell looks like a compact little engine with no off switch. And that engine? Number 8 digs into the intensity behind it. Number 8. Energy that hits differently. Both breeds have energy to spare, but the flavor is different. As one Reddit owner memorably put it, a Parson is like having anxiety. A Jack Russell is like having anxiety, and you just shotgunned 2 energy drinks trying to make it better. The Jack Russell's energy is raw, relentless, and often described as nuclear. They were bred for the field by people who prioritized working drive above all else, and it shows. The Parson Russell, shaped by generations of show breeding alongside working lines, tends to bring that same energy, but with a slightly less frantic edge. You'll still need 1 to 2 hours of daily exercise for either, but the Jack Russell is more likely to be the dog still bouncing off the walls after your workout is done. And managing that energy requires understanding what happens when you let them off leash. Number 7. Prey drive. Intense versus extreme. Every terrier has prey drive. The question is how much. The Parson Russell will chase squirrels, rabbits, and anything small and fast. Their recall requires serious training, and off-leash walks in unfenced areas are a gamble. But the Jack Russell takes this to another level entirely. Bred primarily by working terrier enthusiasts who valued hunting ability above everything, many Jack Russells have a prey drive so intense that it overrides every other instinct, including self-preservation. They'll tunnel after quarry for hours. They'll pursue animals 3 times their size without hesitation. A Parson Russell's prey drive is manageable with training. A Jack Russell's prey drive is something you accommodate, because it's not a bug in their programming. It's the entire operating system. And that independence shapes something even more important. Number 6 reveals what? Number 6. Trainability, cooperative versus stubborn. The Parson Russell, through decades of selective breeding for the show ring, developed a slightly more biddable nature. They still have terrier independence. They're not golden retrievers. but they're more willing to work with you than against you. The Jack Russell, preserved by registries that prioritize working temperament over conformation, tends toward the fiercely independent end of the spectrum. They'll learn commands quickly, then decide whether obeying serves their interests in that particular moment. This difference matters enormously for first-time owners. A Parson Russell is challenging. A Jack Russell can be overwhelming without terrier experience. Both need consistent, patient, creative training. But the Parson gives you a little more to work with. Number 5 explores where this difference shows up most clearly. Number 5. The show ring versus the field. Here's the fundamental divide that explains everything else. The Parson Russell Terrier was shaped for the conformation ring. Breeders selected for dogs that matched a written standard: specific height, specific proportions, specific movement. The Jack Russell Terrier was shaped for the field. Breeders selected for dogs that worked, who had the drive, the grit, the problem-solving ability to hunt fox regardless of whether their ears sat perfectly or their back was exactly the right length. This means Parson Russells are more predictable in appearance and temperament. You know roughly what you're getting. Jack Russells have more variation. Some are calmer, some are chaos in a small package, some have smooth coats, some have rough. The working standard produces working dogs. The show standard produces consistent ones. And neither approach is wrong. But number 4 reveals which one handles family life more smoothly. Number 4. Family life. 2 different experiences. The Parson Russell, with its slightly more measured temperament, tends to integrate into family life with a bit less friction. They're still terriers, still energetic, still opinionated, still not ideal for homes with very young children who don't understand boundaries. But they generally settle into a family rhythm with training and structure. The Jack Russell's intensity can make family life more challenging. Their lower threshold for boredom, sharper reactions, and reduced tolerance for clumsy handling mean they're often better suited to homes with older children and experienced dog owners. Neither breed is aggressive by nature, but the Jack Russell's shorter fuse and higher-strung personality demand a household that understands terriers. Individual dogs vary enormously, but the pattern holds. Parson Russells adapt a little more easily. Number 3 reveals a health difference that surprises people. Number 3. Health, standardized versus variable. AKC recognized Parson. Russell breeders typically follow rigorous health testing protocols, screening for patellar luxation, eye disorders, and deafness, among other conditions. The structured breeding community means health data is tracked, shared, and factored into breeding decisions. Jack Russells, bred across a more decentralized network of working dog enthusiasts, have less standardized health monitoring. This doesn't mean Jack Russells are unhealthy. Many are extraordinarily robust. But the variation in breeding practices means buyers need to do more homework. With a Parson Russell from a reputable breeder, you can typically access health clearances for both parents. With a Jack Russell, that transparency varies dramatically. A well-bred dog from either lineage will likely live 12 to 15 happy years, but your upfront research requirements differ significantly. Number 2 gets to the grooming reality few people discuss. Number 2. Coat, consistency versus surprise. The Parson Russell standard heavily favors a smooth or broken coat, tight, dense, and weatherproof. Wire coats exist, but are less common in show lines. The Jack Russell, bred without strict aesthetic standards, produces every coat type, smooth as glass, rough and wiry, broken, and everything in between, sometimes within the same litter. For owners who care about predictability, the Parson Russell delivers. You know what the adult dog will look like. With a Jack Russell, you might get a smooth-coated pup from rough-coated parents, or vice versa. Grooming needs shift accordingly. A rough-coated Jack Russell needs regular hand stripping or clipping. A smooth Parson Russell needs little more than occasional brushing. Small difference on paper, but it adds up over 12 to 15 years. And that brings us to number 1, the question that matters most. Number 1, which one is right for you? Here's the honest answer. The Parson Russell Terrier is the better choice for most people. Not because they're superior dogs, they're not. But because the breed's more standardized temperament, slightly softer trainability, and predictable appearance give first-time terrier owners a fighting chance. The Jack Russell is the purist's terrier, a dog so intensely driven, so fiercely independent, so unapologetically themselves, that they're genuinely too much for many households. Experienced terrier owners who want the unfiltered, undiluted working dog? Jack Russell, every time. Someone who wants the terrier personality in a slightly more manageable package with less guesswork? Parson Russell. Both will love you completely. The question is, which version of completely your lifestyle can handle? Same origin, same foundation, two very different paths. The Parson Russell brings show ring polish without losing the terrier spark. The Jack Russell keeps the fire burning exactly as Reverend Russell intended. Neither is the wrong dog, but one is absolutely the wrong dog for certain owners. If this settled the debate, give it a like and share it with someone who's still confused. Which would you choose? Drop it in the comments. I love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.